Many people over the age of 60 begin noticing small changes in their memory, forgetting names, misplacing items, struggling to concentrate, and they assume it's simply aging. But in many cases, these symptoms are not the natural process of growing older. They are side effects of medications that were meant to help but quietly harm the brain when used long-term. Today, I want to bring your attention to 9 everyday medications that can slowly and silently interfere with memory, focus, and cognitive function. These drugs are commonly prescribed, often considered safe, and frequently taken without anyone realizing the toll they can take on the aging brain. Anticholinergic medications are some of the most common drugs used by seniors. Yet they are among the most damaging when it comes to memory, focus, and overall cognitive health after the age of 60. These medications work by blocking a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, a chemical messenger that the brain relies on to form new memories, maintain attention, and process information clearly. When this chemical is reduced even slightly, the brain begins to struggle with simple tasks, and over time, the effects can look a lot like early dementia. Many seniors don't even realize they are taking an anticholinergic drug because these medications come in many forms, such as allergy pills, sleep aids, bladder control medications, and certain types of antidepressants. They may be used for everyday problems like itchy skin, seasonal allergies, nighttime anxiety, or urinary urgency, but their impact on the brain is far from harmless. As acetylcholine levels drop, seniors may first notice small changes such as forgetting where they placed an item, difficulty recalling recent conversations, or feeling mentally slower than usual. These signs often get dismissed as just aging, which allows the problem to continue unnoticed. Long-term use of these medications has been linked to faster cognitive decline because the brain becomes less efficient at communication and memory storage. In some individuals, the changes can be dramatic. It's causing confusion, mood shifts, and increased reliance on others for simple tasks. What makes these medications particularly concerning is that seniors metabolize drugs more slowly than younger adults, meaning the anticholinergic effects remain in the body longer and become stronger over time. Many people taking these drugs daily have no idea that safer alternatives exist. Healthcare professionals often recommend reviewing medication lists carefully, especially for anyone experiencing new memory problems. Sometimes a single drug isn't the issue, but rather the cumulative effect of multiple medications that each have mild anticholinergic properties. When combined, they create a powerful cognitive burden that can mimic dementia symptoms. Reducing or replacing these medications under medical supervision can lead to surprising improvements in clarity, memory, and day-to-day functioning. Seniors who once felt mentally foggy may find themselves thinking more clearly and regaining confidence in their decision-making abilities after adjusting their medications. The key is awareness. It's because understanding which drugs have these hidden effects allows seniors and their caregivers to make informed, brain-protective choices moving forward. Sleep aids and sedatives are widely used among seniors who struggle with insomnia, restlessness, or anxiety at night. And while these medications may seem harmless or even helpful, they can significantly slow down brain processing as the years go by. These drugs work by calming the central nervous system, making it easier to fall asleep. But that calming effect often lingers far beyond bedtime, interfering with the brain's ability to stay alert, focused, and responsive during the day. Many common sleep aids, including benzodiazepines and certain over-the-counter nighttime pills, suppress the brain's natural cycles of activity that support memory formation and cognitive clarity. When the brain is repeatedly pushed into this slowed-down state, seniors may begin noticing that they feel groggy, confused, or mentally sluggish long after waking up. What many people don't realize is that the brain relies on a delicate balance of electrical activity to process information, store new memories, and maintain emotional stability. Sedatives reduce that activity, and over time, the brain adapts by working more slowly, even when the medication is not actively in the system. This creates a noticeable change in thinking speed, reaction time, and overall awareness. Some seniors may also experience difficulty concentrating on conversations. It's making decisions, or remembering details from the previous day. Others describe a lingering fog that makes them feel disconnected from their surroundings, as if their brain is always a step behind. These effects are often mistaken for age-related cognitive decline, when in reality, they may be directly linked to nightly medication use. Another concern is that sleep aids can interfere with REM sleep, the stage where the brain performs essential memory and emotional processing. When REM sleep is disrupted, seniors may wake feeling unrested despite sleeping for many hours, and they may notice they are more forgetful or easily overwhelmed. Long-term use also increases the risk of balance problems, falls, and decreased coordination, all of which can indirectly impact cognitive health. In addition, seniors metabolize these medications more slowly, meaning the sedative effects can build up over time, creating stronger impairments than intended. Despite these risks, many older adults continue using sleep aids nightly because they fear sleeplessness more than the side effects. However, safer alternatives, like sleep hygiene improvements, behavioral therapies, and non-sedating supplements, often provide better long-term results. By understanding how these medications affect brain processing, seniors can make informed choices that protect their memory, alertness, and overall cognitive well-being. Certain pain medications affect cognitive clarity in ways many seniors don't immediately recognize, especially when these drugs are taken for long-term conditions like arthritis, nerve pain, chronic back issues, or post-surgical recovery. While these medications can bring relief from persistent discomfort, they also influence how the brain communicates, processes information, and maintains mental sharpness. Opioid-based painkillers, in particular, slow down signals between nerve cells, creating a dulling effect not just on physical pain, but also on cognitive functioning. Seniors using these medications may notice they feel more forgetful, less alert, or mentally sluggish shortly after starting them, and over time the impact can grow more pronounced. This cognitive fog happens because pain medications often reduce activity in key areas of the brain responsible for attention, short-term memory, and decision-making. The brain becomes less efficient at forming new memories, recalling recent events, or staying engaged in conversations. Some seniors describe the sensation as feeling not fully present or struggling to concentrate on tasks that once felt simple. Others may find themselves rereading the same sentence over and over, losing track of appointments or taking longer to think through everyday choices. Although these changes can be subtle at first, they accumulate with ongoing use and may mimic early signs of dementia. Another factor is that chronic pain itself can alter brain chemistry, and when pain medications are layered on top, the combined effect can intensify cognitive side effects. Seniors may also experience fatigue, daytime sleepiness, or slowed reaction times, all of which contribute to reduced clarity and mental performance. In addition, because older adults metabolize medications more slowly, the drug can stay in the system longer than intended, leading to stronger and more prolonged cognitive disruptions. Even non-opioid pain medications can have cognitive consequences if used excessively or alongside other medications. Some combinations increase the risk of confusion, mood changes, and difficulty focusing. Seniors who struggle with balance or mobility may also find that these drugs impact coordination, which creates added stress on the brain and further reduces clarity. Fortunately, many of these cognitive effects can improve when medication use is reviewed and adjusted with a healthcare professional. Lower doses, safer alternatives, or non-drug pain management strategies such as physical therapy, gentle movement, heat therapy, or targeted exercises often provide significant relief without compromising mental sharpness. Understanding how pain medications influence the brain empowers seniors to take better control of both their physical comfort and their cognitive well-being. Acid-reflux. Medications can influence vitamin levels in ways many seniors never expect, especially when these drugs are taken for months or even years to control heartburn, indigestion, or gastroesophageal reflux. These medications, including proton pump inhibitors and certain antacids, work by reducing the amount of acid in the stomach. While this provides relief from burning sensations and discomfort, it also creates an environment where essential nutrients are no longer absorbed properly. One of the most important nutrients affected is vitamin B12, vitamin the brain depends on for clear thinking, stable mood, and strong memory. When stomach acid remains low for long periods, the body struggles to extract B12 from food, leading to a gradual decline that often goes unnoticed until symptoms become significant. Low B12 levels can cause a wide range of cognitive changes in seniors. Many people begin to feel more forgetful, mentally slower, or easily confused without realizing that the cause may be connected to their acid reflux medication. Others may experience irritability, mood swings, or even mild depression as the brain loses access to the nutrients it needs to function properly. Some seniors develop numbness or tingling in their hands and feet, which is another sign of nerve involvement caused by vitamin deficiency. Because these symptoms develop gradually, they're frequently mistaken for natural aging, leaving the underlying problem untreated. In addition to B12, these medications can also interfere with the absorption of magnesium, calcium, and iron minerals crucial for muscle function, bone strength, and oxygen transport. Magnesium deficiency, for example, can contribute to muscle cramps, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating, while low calcium levels may increase the risk of fractures and overall weakness. When these mineral imbalances combine with reduced B12 levels, the brain becomes less efficient, and mental clarity can decline noticeably. Another concern is that seniors often take acid reflux medications without regular medical review, assuming they are completely harmless. However, the longer these medications are used, the greater the risk of nutritional deficits that affect both physical and cognitive health. Fortunately, many of these issues can be prevented or reversed through simple steps such as monitoring nutrient levels, adjusting dosages, incorporating dietary changes, or considering alternative treatments like lifestyle shifts and non-acid suppressing remedies. Understanding the connection between acid reflux medications and vitamin absorption allows seniors to protect their brain health while still managing digestive discomfort. With proper guidance, it becomes possible to relieve reflux symptoms without compromising memory, cognitive clarity, or long-term nutritional balance. Certain blood pressure medications can impact alertness in ways that often go unnoticed, especially among seniors who depend on these drugs daily to keep their heart and circulation stable. These medications are essential for managing hypertension, but some varieties, particularly older formulations and specific classes like beta blockers or centrally acting agents, may produce side effects that affect how awake, focused, and mentally sharp a person feels throughout the day. Seniors may begin to notice they feel unusually tired, slow to respond, or mentally foggy shortly after starting or adjusting their medication. These changes are not always recognized as drug-related because they can be subtle at first, blending easily with the natural challenges of aging. When certain blood pressure medications lower heart rate or reduce the flow of stimulating hormones, the body experiences a calming effect that can inadvertently extend to the brain. This can cause slower thinking, reduced concentration, and difficulty staying alert during routine tasks. Seniors may struggle to follow conversations, feel less motivated, or experience an overall sense of heaviness in their thoughts. In some cases, the mental slowing can mimic symptoms of early cognitive decline, leading individuals to worry about memory loss when the true cause may simply be the medication, influencing brain function. Another layer of complexity arises when blood pressure drops too low as a result of medication. When this happens, the brain receives less oxygen-rich blood, causing dizziness, lightheadedness, and increased fatigue. These episodes can disrupt mental clarity and raise the risk of falls, which further contributes to stress on cognitive health. Some seniors may also feel more sensitive to positional changes, such as standing up quickly, and these momentary lapses in alertness can interfere with decision-making and situational awareness. Combination effects are also common. Many seniors take multiple medications, and when a blood pressure drug is added to a regimen that already includes sedatives, pain relievers, or sleep aids, the overall impact on alertness becomes stronger. This can lead to prolonged drowsiness, reduced mental energy, and difficulty managing daily activities that require focus and quick thinking. Despite these challenges, many seniors continue these medications without discussing side effects, believing the symptoms are unavoidable. It's part of aging. The good news is that adjustments can often make a significant difference. Reviewing medications with a healthcare professional, modifying dosages, or switching to newer blood pressure treatments may restore alertness and improve cognitive performance. Recognizing the connection between these medications and mental sharpness allows seniors to protect both their cardiovascular health and their long-term cognitive well-being. Overuse of OTC cold and allergy medicines is common among seniors because these products are easily accessible, widely marketed, and often assumed to be completely safe. Many people reach for them routinely during seasonal allergies, sinus congestion, or minor colds, not realizing that frequent or long-term use can significantly affect brain function, memory, and overall alertness. These medications often contain combinations of antihistamines, decongestants, and sedating ingredients that were designed for short-term relief, but not for continuous use. Seniors, however, may take them repeatedly throughout the year, especially if they struggle with chronic sinus issues, persistent allergies, or trouble sleeping. Over time, the ingredients inside these products begin to interfere with the nervous system in ways that reduce mental clarity and slow cognitive processing. One of the biggest concerns is that many OTC cold and allergy medications have strong anticholinergic properties. These compounds block acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory formation, problem solving, and communication between brain cells. When acetylcholine levels drop due to repeated exposure to these medications, seniors may notice increased forgetfulness, difficulty focusing, or a general feeling of mental fog. Some may feel groggy throughout the day, even if they only take the medication at night, because the effects linger longer in older adults. Others may also experience blurred vision, confusion, or slowed reaction times, all of which can be mistaken for early cognitive decline. Decongestants in these OTC products can also raise blood pressure, increase heart rate, or cause jitteriness and anxiety, which may disrupt sleep patterns. Poor sleep further reduces the brain's ability to process information and store memories. When these physical and cognitive stressors combine with the sedative effects of antihistamines, seniors may experience a roller coaster of energy crashes, confusion, or difficulty staying alert during routine activities. Because these medications are purchased without a prescription, many individuals never discuss them with their healthcare provider, resulting in prolonged use that worsens these side effects. Another complication arises when seniors take multiple OTC products without realizing they contain the same active ingredients. This leads to accidental overdosing, stronger sedative effects, and a greater impact on brain function. The cumulative burden of these medications can eventually mimic dementia-like symptoms, causing unnecessary panic or worry. Fortunately, safer options often exist. Consulting with a healthcare professional, identifying triggers for allergies, improving indoor air quality, choosing non-sedating alternatives, or using targeted treatments can reduce symptoms without harming cognitive health. Awareness is the key, because understanding the hidden risks behind these everyday OTC products empowers seniors to protect their memory, clarity, and long-term brain function. When we look at the medications many seniors take every single day, it becomes clear that the greatest threats to memory are not always dramatic events or sudden illnesses. Sometimes they are the small pills taken out of habit, the over-the-counter remedies assumed to be harmless, and the prescriptions continued for years without review. What begins as mild forgetfulness, occasional fogginess, or slower thinking can gradually develop into a pattern that feels frightening and confusing, yet it often has a clear and preventable cause. The truth is, the aging brain is incredibly sensitive, and while medications can be life-changing tools, they must be used carefully and intentionally. Each of the categories discussed, from anticholinergic drugs to sleep aids, pain medications, acid reflux treatments, blood pressure, prescriptions, and everyday cold or allergy pills, carries the potential to interfere with memory, alertness, and cognitive clarity when used long-term or without proper supervision. These effects may look like early dementia, but with the right adjustments, they can often be reversed or significantly improved. This is why awareness matters so much. No senior should feel powerless or confused about their own cognitive health. By understanding how these medications affect the brain, by asking questions, and by reviewing prescriptions regularly with a trusted healthcare professional, it becomes possible to protect your memory, sharpen your thinking, and support long-term brain vitality. Small changes can lead to big improvements, and many seniors are surprised to discover how much clearer, lighter, and more energetic they feel once the right adjustments are made. Your brain is your most valuable asset, and it deserves the same attention and care as your heart, your bones, and your overall health. If you or someone you love is experiencing new memory concerns, do not ignore them. Do not assume it is simply aging. Take the time to look at the medications being used and consider whether they may be part of the problem. Clarity is possible. Stronger memory is possible. And with the right information, seniors can continue to live with confidence, independence, and a mind that remains sharp for years to come.